I wake up energized and throw off the blankets. Today is our match against Onabugeisha, and I'm looking forward to it. I run through my morning routine, thinking up strategies in my head, then try to refocus as I finish my breakfast. I still have a class to attend before my match. I grab my bag and hop on my bike. There was an unexpectedly heavy amount of traffic this morning, and I rush into class right on time. That was a little too close for comfort. As I settle into my seat, the professor clears his throat, beginning the lesson.
Good morning, class. For today's lesson, we will discuss the differences between energy and kinetic weapons.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Let's first review the two defensive mechanisms of a gear, the shield and hull.
Okay. The hull is the physical gear.
The shield is a virtually invisible barrier generated by using the core's energy. The strength of the shield varies greatly depending on the core, shield generator, and power allocation settings.
Okay, yeah.
Energy and kinetic weapons are meant to target opposite defenses. Energy-based arsenals are effective against shields as they quickly drain shield energy, but because of that, they are weak at penetrating the hull.
Gotcha, so kinetic against hull, energy against energy.
Kinetic weaponry is designed to puncture the armor, but they are weak against shields as the kinetic energy gets dispersed over a large surface area, the entire shield.
Makes sense to me.
For the purpose of war games and recreational use, only energy weapons are permitted. A gear is considered destroyed when it is depowered. Of course, outside of recreational combat, this rule does not apply.
Wait, so in this game, I'm wondering, are we going to reach a point where we have non-recreational combat, where we're actually fighting in our mechs? Because this is the second time now that we've had something like this that I can think of. The other time being how, like, you know, the energy displacement or whatever is very carefully monitored before matches. And that's where Eagle was unique, because the energy was in his core and not in, like, his weaponry kind of thing. A student raises his hand.
What about hybrid weapons?
Ah, yes. Hybrid weapons are able to equally damage both the shield and hull. However, their damage strength is not as effective as a singular purpose weapon.
Do we still have the kinetic, but is the kinetic aspect of hybrid weapons still just as powerful during recreational matches? Or is it like a really crappy weapon at that point? The student nods in acknowledgement.
Please turn to page 233 and let's take a look at the different types of energy weapons.
I flip to the page the professor mentioned and continue listening to the lesson. Cool.
That's all for today. Please make sure you have all completed your web link assignments for next class.
Okay. I pack my things and head to the hangar to meet up with my team. Our match is scheduled earlier than usual and we need to rethink our strategy. The plans we discussed had all revolved around our match against Strike X, but now that they're disqualified, we have to come up with new ones against our new opponent. I enter the hangar and look for Aura. When I arrive, everyone is already there. Sho waves.
Roseth?
Sho, hey!
Hi.
Kaode greets me with a nod.
Good. We're all here. Let's head to the pre-combat room and start planning out strategies.
Oh no, we're interrupted by something!
Hey.
Hey, May. We collectively turn at the sound of May's voice. She waves and beams at us as she runs closer.
What are you doing here, May?
I feel bad for May. Kaode sounds less than amused.
I wanted to wish you all good luck. I'm so excited for our match.
Me too.
Mayu smiles and nods. Let's give it our best. Who needs luck when you're this good? Stay quiet. Let's give it our best. Good luck to you guys too. We won't hold back. May smiles.
We won't either.
As quickly as she arrived, she's gone in a flash.
She's so nice. I'm totally feeding off of her enthusiasm. I'm getting a better vibe off of this match too than the one off of Strike X.
No!
Sho blinks at Kaode's outburst.
No?
She's just putting on an act. She was trying to psych us out. Don't fall for it.
I don't think that was her goal.
You guys don't know her like I do. You can't trust her. Especially when she's acting all friendly like that.
That's so sad. Kaode's been acting strange. More so than usual when May's involved.
Anyways, let's go strategize while we have some time.
So this part must be like part of the main story. Because I already know about the Kaode May thing from, you know, the branch options with Kaode herself specifically. Yeah, she doesn't wait for us to answer and begins power walking towards the pre-combat rooms.
Hey, wait for us!
We jog to catch up and follow her. After a quick change into our pilot suits, we meet at the holodesk. Coyote sets up the match. A few minutes later, the holodesk projects the arena and the gears involved in the fight.
Alright, so what's the deal?
Onna Bugiesha is a melee-only team. It will be important to pay attention to our positioning and maintain a safe distance.
We've had close combat teams in the past. Claw of the Wild comes to mind from a few weeks ago. Mayu is focused on the holodesk and takes a serious tone.
Claw of the Wild was a melee-centric team, but their gears were knitted to perform a hybrid role. Based on Onna Bugesha's data, their gears are all custom-tailored for high bursts of speed and close combat engagements.
But is that kinetic or energy-based? Can we know?
We would benefit greatly from keeping a distance. If we play defensively, it will force them to chase us, and we can wear them down before going on the offense.
Okay.
What do you think, Brosif?
Agreed, range is key. Let's go for Super Smash Melee. Agreed, range is key. If they have no ranged weaponry, we should do as much damage from afar as we can. Whittling them down before fully engaging will give us the advantage. I mean, in my mind, like, if they're full melee, if we can keep, like, someone back with Mayu, and then the other two kind of just to try to hold a line, Mayu, being the sniper, can get some good damage off before they ever reach her. And then by the time they do reach her, Coyote, maybe, being with her and a melee person, or maybe, because Sho is fast, you know, it's hard to say. But yeah, that kind of thinking. They have no range, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Mayu and Coyote both nod. Okay, well, we can all go range, but Aura can't. Or we can all go range, but Aura can't. The team looks at Coyote.
I'll engage May head-on and keep her out of the fight.
That kind of goes against our plan. To my surprise, Coyote grits her teeth and bites back a retort. She studies the holodesk for a little too long, then sighs.
I guess I don't have much of a choice. I'll hang back with you guys and intercept if one of the enemy gears manages to break through.
Yeah, we really can't let her passion in this fight ruin it. Like, we saw how she failed so many times during the simulation matches she and I had. If she really just tries to go against May, we might lose because of that. Mayu nods.
I think that would be best.
Okay, let's recap. We'll play it from a distance and keep baiting their team. Since Mayu is our best shot, we'll keep her well protected and follow her lead.
Coyote looks right at me. She finally looks more focused. She finally looks more focused than I've seen her all week.
You and Sho can play aggressively if we take the lead. I will intercept whoever reaches Mayu, if they even manage to.
Can I just say, though, that my thinking was having Mayu there, Coyote with her, and me and Sho up front? And that's just, like, exactly what she's saying here? I feel pretty good about that.
Got it?
We all nod. The tension is palpable. Even though Coyote is always serious, her tone is more aggressive than usual.
We have a rare opportunity to really boost our MMR, and we can't throw this chance away. There's absolutely no way we can lose to May.
That almost sounded like a threat. I nod a little uneasily and glance at Sho and Mayu, whose faces mirror my thoughts. Coyote turns back to the holodesk and uploads our plans as we wait in silence. A loud beep announces the match. I mutter under my breath. Saved by the beep. Sho and Mayu seem equally relieved.
Just make sure you guys stay focused.
Do my best.
Of course.
Sho forces enthusiasm into his voice, attempting to raise our morale. Coyote ignores him and Sho deflates.
Let's go.
We are entering this battle not in a good position, you know. We enter the arena from one side while Onna Bugesha enters from the other.
Welcome, everyone. Are you all ready for
I hope.
fantastic match?
I hope so. I hope I'm ready, announce man. The crowd erupts into a loud cheer.
Good, because we have an amazing one lined up for you. Onna Bugesha versus 8, 20, 49, 11.
Everyone's comms are open as we await the sound off. May's team gets into position and wait with relaxed confidence. I guess you actually could have team get if you're like doing it from a more UK perspective. Fine. But I, being American, am much more used to team gets. As we also get into formation, the tension I felt from before intensifies. This no longer feels as friendly of a match as I thought it'd be. As soon as the sound off blares, Mei's team dashes straight towards us. A faint shimmer surrounding their gear reveals a hefty frontal shield. So if they have a heavy shield, we should use energy if we can.
On it.
Mayu raises her gun and takes aim while the three of us position to protect her. A heavy round flies into one of the gears in the distance. Although the shot connects, it disperses into a hexagon of shimmers.
What?
They're shields. They're tailored to deal with rail rounds. I need the shield to be weakened so that my shot can penetrate and force an immediate depower.
Affirmative. I'll stay back and protect. You two go aggressive and focus on knocking out their shield.
Got it. Let's go.
Roger that. Switching to EMP rounds now.
There we go. Sho and I boost forward, spraying a hail of energy rounds. The enemy team takes evasive maneuvers. Mei breaks away while the other three continue racing towards Mayu. We got one? The closest enemy gear takes the brunt of the damage, and its front barrier drops. Mayu takes advantage of the vulnerability and aims a shot at the gear, instantly depowering it.
Nice. One down.
I have two of them approaching me. Cowdy? Cowdy!
She went for Mei. Dang it. Aura has already left her position and sprints towards Mei.
What are you doing? You have to protect Mayu.
I am! I'm taking out Mei so she can't attack.
That wasn't the plan!
You two cover her.
We are not in position to. She's already engaged. Let's go.
There was no option I could have selected to try to make this any better. Sho and I boost back to Mayu, but it's too late.
I've been depowered.
Her voice is lethally calm. This can't be good. The two enemy gears shift to Sho and I.
2 on 2, but not much distance. Play this out carefully.
For once, Sho is serious. The gears split their focus and one of them charges towards Mimi, while the other boosts towards Sho. I boost away and take aim. My aim is true and a blast of energy rounds collides with her gear. She stumbles back from the hit while I create more distance between us. Before she can strike again, I move away to create more distance between us. I raise my guns for another shot. I'll do Shu. There was no hit this time. She tries to dodge, but is too slow and my shots pellet her shield. She's pushed back from the force of the blow, but once she gets her bearings, she boosts right back towards me. As she approaches, I boost away from her and weave around the arena, forcing her to chase me. I steady my aim. Fire! Good, okay. She's too slow to dodge and my shot strikes right through her shield. Her gear can't support the hit and she's depowered. I look over at Sho just in time to see an enemy gear strike. Oh no! Watch out! I boost closer and shoot again. The round connects with the gear just as her attack connects with Sho. Sho blocks just a second too late and he's depowered, but because she wasn't expecting my attack, she left herself vulnerable and is also depowered. Mei is the only remaining enemy gear.
One more gear and the match is ours.
On it. I boost towards Cowdy and Mei, who are locked in a duel. Aura strikes with vigor, but is parried. Mei retaliates with a wide swing, which Coyote barely manages to block. I'm here.
Don't interfere!
Huh?
What?
What do you mean, don't interfere?
Let me handle this!
Cowdy! This isn't a simulation. It's a real match.
Yeah, what you're saying.
Mei is going down in a one-on-one. She won't have any excuses this way!
This is a team match. You can't put a win in jeopardy because you want to make this personal.
What should I do? Eagle bursts into action.
What are you doing?
I'm not just going to sit here and let her take me out. Strike back. Anticipating her swing, I sidestep, using my thrusters and counterattack with my own blade. With no shield activated on her back arc, my swing completely depowers her gear.
Nice one.
Sho's the only one to speak.
Guys?
Mayu and Coyote are both silent. Aura sheathes her blade and exits the arena.
8, 20, 49, 11,
I didn't do that for my own glory, but as much as I like Coyote, that wasn't cool of her, you know? Like, she can't do that. I'm not gonna, like, give her that win and make her think that that kind of thing is okay to do. The crowd roars to life, but their excitement doesn't penetrate the friction clouding our team.
I hate to rush our competing
May's team heads back to their pre-combat room as we head to ours. When we enter the pre-combat room, Coyote is nowhere to be found. She must already be changing. Sho and I go to change, but Mayu stays back. She must be really upset if she's actively avoiding Coyote.
Man, I'm not liking the vibe right now.
Were you expecting me to hang back?
I didn't say that. I probably would have done the same if I were in your position.
It's in the past now.
Yeah.
Sho and I finish changing and head back to the pre-combat room. As soon as we enter, Coyote stomps up to me. Mayu was nowhere to be found.
Why did you do that?
Do what?
I told you I had it, but you engaged her anyway.
How is that a bad thing? Isn't the goal to win the match?
Yes, but that's not what I mean.
Then what do you mean? She frowns.
You don't understand.
How could he? You aren't making any sense at all.
Coyote tenses and glares at Sho.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
No, Coyote.
We turn around to see Mayu. Her jaw is set and her eyes are hard. I've never seen her this upset before. It's chilling. Coyote's eyes widen.
Mayu?
You put your personal agenda above the team and risked the match.
Yep, that is exactly what happened.
Our positioning was compromised, and I had no support. Those two were out of position because of an aggressive call that you made. That ended up costing us 2 depowered gears, one of which was avoidable. So no, you do owe us an explanation.
I do, I side with Mayu on this one. Her voice is calm but severe. Mayu's ice is a lot more unnerving than any of Coyote's fiery outbursts. Getting out of control, back up Mayu, we're waiting for an answer, Coyote. The issue is, like, she's already said, I don't know if I necessarily need to hammer it in, but I definitely think that she needs to, you know? I'm just gonna let Mayu handle this one. I stay silent. Coyote looks between the three of us, then sighs.
I get it. I made a mistake. But I can't be expected to always make the perfect calls.
No, but you can be expected to own up to it.
We don't expect that from you either. But when you start throwing the blame around...
I'm sorry, okay?
That didn't sound very sincere.
It would help if you meant it.
Coyote clenches her hands into fists.
I said I'm sorry! I messed up. It was my fault. Blame me. What else do you want?
I just want us to work this out together. Let's drop it. She already said sorry. Sho crosses his arms but nods. At least Mayu seems to have returned to her normal demeanor.
Okay.
We usually celebrate as a team after a win, but I get the feeling that won't happen this time. After picking up our stuff, we exit the pre-combat room. May is waiting for us outside, leaning against the door.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, May. I glance at May, barely registering her presence. I'm too wrapped up with what happened in the pre-combat room. May's smile falters when no one answers.
Wow, with gloomy faces like that, I'd think you were the ones that lost.
Shut up, May!
May flinches from the ferocity of Coyote's voice.
I was just kidding, Calorie.
This is all your fault!
May is stunned into silence.
You seriously need to calm down. May didn't do anything.
You're being too harsh, Coyote.
Coyote's eyes flash.
You guys are taking her side? I thought you were my teammate!
Well, if we were, maybe then you should actually act like you're part of the
I'm not
team.
taking anyone's side, but since the match, you've been acting like a complete...
Sho!
Sho catches himself and falls silent. Coyote looks at him.
A complete what?
nothing.
She pauses. When she finally speaks, her voice cracks.
I see. That's how you really feel.
Sho's look softens.
No, I didn't mean that.
Coyote turns to face May.
You.
She lowers her head.
You always turn my friends against me.
The issue is, though, it's Coyote's fault. Like, it isn't May turning anyone against her. It's just Coyote's... she's being terrible right now. She is. She's holding onto a grudge way too much. She spins on her heel and walks away. When she thinks she's out of eyesight, she starts running.
Kaori!
Kaori disappears. Sho is about to rush after her when Mei blocks his path.
I have to go apologize. I didn't mean what I said.
Mei sighs.
You need to give her space right now, or you'll just make it worse.
This music makes me nervous. Sho looks torn, but doesn't try to follow Kaori.
I don't think I've ever seen her too upset to yell.
Mayu looks down worriedly at her feet.
I was too mean to her earlier. I'm sorry.
You guys shouldn't blame yourselves. Kaori just needs time to cool off.
You sound like you speak from experience. Mei sighs and nods. What's up with her saying you always turn my friends against me?
It's a long story. Something that happened back in middle school.
Something to do with Ryota? You two go way back.
Yeah, we do.
Mei's pocket vibrates. She pulls out her phone and reviews the message.
My team is wondering where I am. Don't worry too much about Kaori. She'll be okay. I'll talk to her when she's calmed down.
Every time you talk to her, things go bad. And it's not that I blame Mei, because, again, I think it's Kaori's fault. But, yeah. At least from what I have heard, like, of the story that I know, it doesn't sound like it's as serious to warrant all of this. Especially when it seems like Mei is genuinely has tried to apologize and make amends and everything, you know? We nod and watch Mei head out. I don't feel any less guilty.
I shouldn't have acted that way earlier.
No, it was my stupid comments. I never should have said something like that.
I guess they still feel guilty too. Let's give Kaori her space like Mei suggested. I'll go check up on her. I'm gonna check up on her. I'll go see if she's okay.
No, let me do it.
I don't think she'll be too happy to see you right now, Sho.
He's right.
Sho frowns but doesn't protest. You guys can head out. I'll text you once everything is okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's no point in you guys just standing around here.
Let us know if we can help.
Will do. I wave at the pair and jog in the direction Kaori went. I figure, hopefully with the relationship we've built up so far and the fact that she knows that I worry about her, hopefully it'll be okay. I absolutely understand sometimes people need space. And maybe this is the worst time to pester her, but if nothing else, I just want Kaori to know that she does have people who care about her, that we, her friends, did not turn against her, things like that. The sun dips low in the sky as the evening rolls in. I search several locations for Kaori until I arrive at one of the more secluded campus quads. Which, by the way, is like a courtyard. I looked that up. There's only one student sitting on the bench with a bag at her feet. Kaori's face is bent over her chest, and I can hear faint sniffles. You know, she's probably going to yell at me, but if she needs to let something out and then can move on, you know? Because she probably does want to be alone right now, but I don't want to leave her alone. I'm not just going to jump for an embrace, you know, but I'll try to console her. I place an arm on her shoulder. Hey, are you okay? Kaori glances up at me for a second, but it was long enough for me to see how her eyes glittered. She rubs her eyes. Were you crying? Well, that's so mean. We're sorry, Kaori. Kaori shakes her head.
You guys don't have anything to be sorry for. It was my fault.
That is true. Thank you for owning up to it. Still, we're your teammates. We should be helping each other, not fighting.
You guys were right. This was personal.
What?
I've been busy with other stuff. I guess the stress got to me.
Other stuff? You mean the daycare?
Yeah. I've been putting in a lot of hours there. Plus, midterms are coming up. And then the unexpected battle with Mei.
I sit down beside her and enjoy the silence. The only sounds are of the soft whistles of the breeze and the chirp of wildlife. I let the tranquility wash over me. Even Kaori seems to be calmer. She looks up at the evening sky. I've been wondering, what's your history with Mei? Kaori looks at me.
What do you mean?
She acts like your best friend, but you, not so much. Kaori sighs.
We were best friends, but that was before she broke my trust. Our friendship can't go back to what it used to be, no matter how badly she wants it.
What did she do that was so unforgivable? Kaori looks away. If you're ashamed or embarrassed to tell me, could it really have been that bad?
Yes.
Although she answers quickly, she seems a little less certain than before. Well, alright. That's your call, but it's obvious that May still cares a lot about you. Kaori doesn't answer.
It's getting pretty late.
You're going to head out? She stands up and picks up her bag.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly, she smiles.
Thanks.
I smile back. No problem. Want me to walk you back to your dorm?
I'm okay.
Alright. Have a good evening.
You too.
After she disappears around the corner, I head back to my bike. The entire ride home, I run through the events leading up to Kaori's departure and our conversation afterwards. I'm just glad everything worked out okay. The house is quiet when I arrive home. I'm a little relieved as I am exhausted, so I head straight to bed and fall fast asleep. Wording seemed a little weird there, but whatever.